afternoon. My name's Vicki Wusche, and thank you very much, Daniel and all the team, for inviting me here. So let's just put up this slide for you. This is me, the Property Mermaid, and it sort of relates to that first question. Do you build your profile as you or as something, a brand or a company name? And I've got the name Vicki Wusche. Daniel's had many years practicing how to pronounce it. But as you can see, W-U-S-C-H-E looks nothing like W-H-O-O-S-H-A, which is how you would say it. So if you have an odd name, it's super, because once you know how to spell it, then I dominate Google for my name. There is no other Vicki Wusche, and there are no other Wusches except my mum, my dad, and my sister. So that's an advantage, but if you can't spell it, then you couldn't find me. So we created the Property Mermaid because I invest in property, but the reason I invest in property is because I want to scuba dive, and that's me in the Red Sea. I'm just back from the Red Sea again. Oh.
I give you one job.
I did it. I put it back. I just dropped the microphone. So that's me back from the Red Sea. So the Property Mermaid was something that I used as a hashtag and a Twitter to start off with. But what it does is it ties you. It's quite nice, but it ties you. And I came into the KPI program knowing that it was about property. I already had a property business, and I'll take you a little on my journey. But what I actually know now is that it's so much more than property. So the Property Mermaid is fine, but actually the business is much more than that. So think very carefully what you create your profile as. And I think the other thing from when Lindsay was speaking is to be clear of the purpose. And if you do the KPI program, you'll have that clarity through Pritch to help you. 2009, I was buying on average 1 to 2 properties a month. By the end of 2009, I realized that I had a model that was repeatable. I didn't have the language of KPI at the time, but I knew that I could do this for other people, essentially productize it. So what I started to do was create a sourcing business. Then along came the butterflies, and I can be a bit of a one for a shiny thing. So as a exercise from my mentor about control and outsourcing, I ended up writing a 60,000-word book. That was the first book. I had no idea about marketing it, and having written the book, completed the exercise sent by the mentor, I then have 500 books arrive in the front room, and then I thought, oh, so now you actually have to sell these things. I've done everything that I was told. I wrote it, I outsourced it, I got it designed, and I've got it delivered. Now you have to sell it. Because I had the product without the profile. Again, I didn't have that language. So move forward a little. I set up 2 businesses. One was the sourcing business. One was the training business, because I was a university lecturer originally. And then I discovered the KPI program. And I wasn't really being successful by my measure, not by anybody else's measure. I knew that I could be doing better in the businesses. I knew I could do and deliver services better to people. It wasn't just about investing in property. I knew that there was something else to it. So I came on the program, and I did everything that I was told. I am nothing if not a diligent student. And the last time Dan and I spoke to one another, he said to me, Vicki, you're such a doer. And that's it. If you put me on something that I pay money for, and it's a reasonable investment to come on the KPI program, why on earth would you not give it 100% of your attention and do everything that every one of these brilliant mentors tells you to do? So I got clarity around my pitch. In 2012, I wrote and published 3 books. Well, if you're going to write a book, you may as well write 3. You can see the speed. I'm obviously of the same genetic stock as Nick. How many words a minute was it that you can do? And I can talk for 5 days without taking a breath, pretty much on any topic you'd like to give me. So I worked my way around through writing the books. But the obvious thing from a book, if you don't have something for your book reader to do, all a book reader will be is a book reader. You want your book reader to become a client, because unless you're going to write a book that is so many shades of a certain color, you're not going to be making millions out of the book. They are a marketing tool. And what they have done for me is enable my clients to find out what I do, what I could do for them, and get the feeling that they know me, like me, and trust me. And my clients now ring me up saying, I found your books on Amazon. I've read them. It's so funny because my name's Steve, Mark, John, Sue, whatever it is, and I feel like I know you and you don't know who I am at all. Ha, 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 ha. Because they've read the book. They know the life story. They feel like they're a friend. And people do that when they come and meet me in person, because in the book is everything that you need to know so that you can make a decision that you want to work with me. And that's the marketing budget. Then I don't have to work hard at it. The clients come pre-sold, which is something that Lindsay was talking about. So at the end of 2012, I've got 3 books. I've got all of the products. I'm now in a position where I'm starting to promote, and I did use a PR agent to help me because I wanted really to outsource that side. They helped me decide on the right article titles that would get the attention of the media, and then they sent them out, they chased them, and they made sure that I was getting 2 to 4 pieces of coverage every month in the online and offline press. I got picked up by the Telegraph. They launched something called the Property Club. Me and Phil Spencer, not really, because he's never answered a single tweet. That's his loss. So we were launching the Property Club. I had the proper photographer come out and take a picture, which is silly because the lovely John Cassidy has taken all of these shots, except for the one underwater, and we could have used them. We had to stand in the street. And then by the time the picture came out, it was like yay big. It was really not worth this man's time, but hey. And so we've launched to the point where I'm top 25 most influential. The doors that have opened as a result of that. First thing this morning, having a conversation with Dale Murray. She's incredibly successful. She sold multi-million-pound companies. The thing that really made a difference, she was saying, was getting an award. Because, you know, oh, you can be rich, you can be rich, you can be rich. But now you've won a competition. It wasn't a competition. They just made it up. But the fact that you are a number, that you're the top 1, in the top 10, in the top 12, in the top 25, you somehow have competed in something and become a winner, and people look at you differently. I've been invited to do keynote talks at the business show. 2 weeks ago, I was speaking as part of International Women's Day, inspiring a young group of women working mainly in male businesses. And 3 weekends before that, I shared the stage with none other than the amazing Mr. Daniel Priestley, John DiMartini, Fabio Mancini, amazing top-flight people, and me on the stage with them. And I don't believe any of that would have happened if I hadn't followed the program and got to be one of the top 25 most influential in property.